Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube segment once again here on NBS Sport on Women in Sport. We do host inspirational ladies doing everything they can in sport to break those ceilings. I'm Sarah Yawi, and this week on the show we did host Phionah Karungi, who is a cancer survivor but also a trailblazer in the rugby community, playing at 42 years old. Yes, you heard me right. She started playing rugby at 41. We've not seen that here in Uganda, and we are proud to tell that story. We'll start here. Phionah Karungi, this is our YouTube segment. Thank you for showing up. How are you doing?
I'm okay, and thank you for hosting me.
Yeah.
I believe age is just a number, so
Period. Age is just a number.
I'm ready to play until.
Yeah.
So.
All right, quickly, let us talk. I know it has just been 2 years, but you've been around the rugby community for a while.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about how far you think the women's rugby has come in Uganda. What are some of those small things you look at and say, this is being done right, finally, when it comes to rugby? How far has it grown? When you talk about the 7s, the 15s team, how proud are you of the achievements?
I'm proud of the girls, not particularly the team I play for, but all the girls in Uganda who are into the rugby game. Yeah, they put in a lot of effort. They have played so well that most of them have gone into World Cup. You've seen as well. Yeah, so it's a great achievement. If football in Uganda hasn't made it to the World Cup, and then such the rugby girls have made it, why not?
Yeah. Actually, finally, there's a football team that has made the World Cup under 17.
That is under 17.
Yeah, the Uganda Cup.
But right now, for us, we are above
the seniors.
17.
Yeah, the seniors.
Yeah, so. Well, we take it like, they've made it to the under-17s. We congratulate them, but still, we congratulate the rugby part of it. They've also made Uganda proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the issues you feel, the women's, especially for women's rugby, are some of the problems or challenges that the game is facing when it comes to the women in particular? And how can these challenges be tackled?
Yeah, thank you so much. The women, they normally don't talk, but I'll have to mention this on their behalf. Some of them whom I've talked to, and some of them also have come up in the papers. You saw one of the Thunderbird girls talking about the harassment and that kind of thing. I would, on behalf of the women, I would want also the Minister of Education to come in and they support the rugby girls, and then also this harassment, sexual harassment and other harassments that we don't know about. Yeah, at least they support them so that they are no more. How are they going to do that? Yeah, through the payments, because I've realized payments in rugby is cartoon money. Yeah, they just get upkeep, like the transport, that day of playing.
Transport allowance.
Yeah, transport allowances. And basically that is it. So if at all they would do, because I've heard that most more teams in football clubs for women and the guys, they normally give them salary, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If at all they can come up with a small salary, I'm not saying too much or loads of money.
Does that come back to sponsorships? What do you think can be done so that rugby teams, especially for the women, can get sponsorship? How can you set yourself up for these sponsorships?
That is a hard one, because for us, like the Black Pearls, right now we don't have any sponsors. It's only our coach that is doing most of the work. We've tried to move around, talking to people, going to companies, but we haven't yet gotten any. So it comes back to you guys, the rugby TV and that kind of thing, NBS and other platforms. If you can really work hand in hand with us and you get us sponsors, it would be a nice thing, so that you help the girls out there. The girls are really good. Girls who come from Guru, they come from all sorts of the country, like very far. To play the game. To play the game.
I mean, at least NBS Sport is doing the job in terms of coverage. There's a
sure,
media
you're
presence.
Doing a tremendous job,
there's media presence in there. But I hope that even the ladies know that social media goes beyond just conventional media. Like, you have to show yourself out there in terms of outside mass media. Just go on social media, put yourselves out there, post as much as you can, post the clips. I've seen a couple of clips coming in from, for example, the Ferrari Emily Lekuru, when she's made tries even in international competitions. I think that's a good way in setting yourselves up. But as we wrap up the conversation, because this is a YouTube segment, we don't want anyone, just quickly, I mentioned to the viewer here that you are a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Just encourage one or more people out there today. How can they continue to be bold in their passion? How can they continue to be courageous in what they love to do and go for it regardless of what's going on in their lives?
No, thank you so much. I would encourage people, even people who have cancer right now and those ones who don't have, I tell them that cancer is just like any other disease. Yeah, once you put it in your head that you're going to die, you definitely will die. When you say that you're going to die of HIV, you're going to die of HIV accident, you'll die of an accident. It's about the mindset. Yeah, go into it, go to get the medication, and then put God first in everything. Then look at your goals. What do you want in life? What have you always wanted to achieve before maybe you're gone? Yeah, that's what had always been in my head. Yeah. What I wanted to achieve, and I'm on what I want to achieve. I'm living second life. I'm going to achieve
another chance at life.
Another chance. So please, people, don't think that cancer is the only disease that can put you down. If it never put me down, why not you also survive? Yeah. Talk to yourself and then follow your dream.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, there we go. That is the conversation we've had here on Women in Sport. We did host Phionah Karungi, who plays for Black Pearls in the rugby women's premiership here in the country. And she is a cancer survivor. Yes, she started playing the game last year in 2024 at the age of 41. This will be her second season. And hopefully you'll lift the trophy at the end of the season.
Why not?
Definitely.
We are ready for it.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. But you can catch the rest of this conversation on the Afro Mobile app. I hope you have downloaded it. If you haven't, a very small subscription fee, and you have all this content and so much more. See you next time.